previous video, I showed you exactly how I plan the week as a work from home mom. And I realized that there are so many great tips that I have learned since being more full-time at home that I really wanted to share with you in that video. And so today I'm going to give you my best tips for making work from home mom life as efficient as possible so that you can achieve your goals for both your family and your life. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Julie. I'm an occupational therapist. I have 2 kids and I'm pregnant with my 3rd one, so I know all about the juggle and the struggle of trying to work with young children at home. I also have a bunch of cool free resources down below, so don't forget to check those out. I have a mini course that helps you design your life in an organized, efficient manner so that you can really get the most out of your time and spend the time that you want to with your loved ones, as well as my signature program, The Organized Mom. All the details are down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos all about personal development, making your life better as a mom, trying to balance it all without feeling so chaotic all of the time. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like those kind of videos, and don't forget to turn on the notifications. And let's jump right in. So I know if you're a work from home mom, you do not have a lot of time, so I'm gonna make these tips as snappy as possible. I tend to talk too much. My first tip is to batch like tasks, or if it's easier for you, have a themed day. So if you can, try and have all your meetings on 1 or 2 days that you dedicate for phone calls, for meetings, for Zooms, whatever it is, so that you are in that mindset of doing the same thing. So as an example, as someone who makes videos for YouTube, I find it super helpful if I batch similar tasks for my business on a particular day. So I try and film a couple of videos on one day because my camera's set up, my makeup is done, I'm in that zone, and it's so much easier for me to just continue with the same task versus switching around to emails, to editing, to filming, to, you know, life admin, whatever it may be. So whatever that is for you, make sure that you try and congregate all those like tasks together. Perhaps you need to create a presentation, or you need to write a lot of copy or content. Specify 1 or 2 days a week, depending on what your workload is, that you just focus on those things. And what happens is you just get better at it and more efficient at it the more you do it, and your brain kind of really gets into the flow of that particular task. I'm sure you've heard before, but there's a stat that every time you get interrupted from something or switch tasks, and that's why cell phones are the devil when it comes to productivity, it takes something like 17 minutes to get back on track. And sometimes I find that hard to believe, but if you think about how when people work in a traditional office, how often they get interrupted, and how at the end of the day they've been there for 8 hours or 9 hours giving away their most valuable resource, their time, to somebody else most likely, and they've only probably produced, say, 3 hours of work. It's kind of a very sad statistic. So make sure that you are batching your work, you are planning a theme for every day, and you're gonna get so much more done in way less time. Along those lines is to eliminate distractions. If you're anything like me as a work from home mom, you have very limited time to get meaningful, focused work done. As I mentioned in my previous video, I work around my kids' school schedule, so I'm really at their kind of beck and call in terms of that. I can only really work for the amount of time that my daughter is in school, and she only goes to school in the mornings. So whilst I am incredibly grateful that she is in school, because the world we live in, that could easily not be the case, it is still not that much time compared to a traditional job, but I can still get a lot of stuff done. And I think being a mom really teaches you how important time is and how important it is to prioritize. So eliminate distractions. Turn off notifications on your phone, put your phone away so that you don't even see it, because I know for me, I'm very tempted to check messages and emails and all sorts of things throughout the day. even though my notifications are turned off. So I actually put my phone in a different room while I work. You know, I use it as a reward, and my treat is to check my phone, because honestly, like, none of those messages are urgent, they're just fun, and I want to be in contact with people. I really need to eliminate my tendency to want to check my phone all the time. So notifications off, sounds off, whatever it is. I mean, that's a no-brainer, but the next step is to really just eliminate your phone altogether. To take it up even bigger, I like to use my environment as a trigger for focused work. So I have my desk set up, you know, 90% of the time. This changes, and it has been challenging with working from home, but for right now I have my desk set up. I have a nice screen so that I can sit properly and like not have my neck down all the time on my laptop. But what really kicks it up a notch for me is wearing headphones. Now you're gonna laugh at me because often I don't even have anything on the headphones. They're actually corded headphones, which I highly recommend if you're just going to be using them to kind of be on your computer. The wireless headphones are very expensive, like high quality wireless headphones, but corded ones, or whatever you want to call it, they are not that expensive anymore. I use those as a trigger for my brain that I need to get into work mode. So it's almost like a subconscious programming, like putting on a special uniform, I put on my headphones, and then not only does it actually block out noise, if I'm going to have any kind of sound, and I used to do this a lot when I worked in an office. So if you are in a group environment, I highly recommend this. I used an app that had kind of like a sound machine vibe going on, and I would listen to that to actually block out noise. But if I'm in a quiet-ish environment, I don't really need to block out the noise, but I still like to wear the headphones because it activates my brain that this is now focused time. Let me know if these tips are helpful so far, and if you want me to make any more videos about working from home as a mom and kind of balancing it all. I do talk a lot about this kind of stuff on my channel, so I'll have a playlist linked down below of previous videos that I have made, so don't forget to check those out. I would be remiss if I didn't address the fact that if you're working from home, there are just natural distractions associated with working in a home environment. You are really, you know, confronted by all the tasks that you need to get done as someone who is maybe managing your home, like a homemaker. So what I do is, as I said, I set aside that protected work time of say 2 or 3 hours if I'm lucky, and I'm only going to focus on work tasks no matter how badly I want to vacuum that dust that's irritating me or wipe down that counter. I just use that work time because I think of things like wiping down a counter or even making the bed. Those are things I could do when, you know, we're getting ready in the mornings, the hustle and bustle when my kids are around, if they're playing. There's something about being on a computer that makes children really want to hang out with you and be distracting, so they're not going to be as concerned when you're cleaning. We're not taking hours, we're doing things in like 5-minute increments. I always talk about this on my channel about cleaning and organizing in the in-between moments. So it's that kind of principle. So make sure that you're being really selective about the tasks that you do. I know it probably goes without saying, but in case you need to hear it again, choose the tasks that you absolutely cannot do with children around. Make sure that you are really prioritizing what you are getting done. And then with regards to life admin, I like to focus on one life admin task a day so that I don't get overwhelmed. So for me, life admin would be things like renewing some kind of professional license, calling the bank. Try and just limit it to one thing a day. And you know, over time, that really compounds on itself. Because if you did one life admin task a day, that's say 5 to 7 tasks a week. That's kind of a lot. So it seems like you have this to-do list as long as your arm. Really, if you just break it down to one task a day, you can be consistent with it. And I think this is something that being a mother has really taught me, because I cannot push myself in the same way that I used to pre-children, because I don't have the energy. I literally don't have the time, and I'm just exhausted. I can't do what I used to because I have little people to care for. It's not just me that I'm looking after anymore. So I would highly recommend lowering your expectations of what you can get done. Not only does that avoid disappointment, but it allows you to hone in on what is really important. And that is how you're going to work from home effectively. You can't think of getting everything that you need done in one day or even 1 week. It's going to take time. It's going to compound on itself if you're consistent with it. It's like that common thing that people will talk about when they're talking about exercise. If you did 20 push-ups today and no push-ups for the rest of the year, it makes no difference. But if you did 1 push-up today, 2 push-ups tomorrow, 3 push-ups the next day, whatever it is, and you slowly increase it, you would be stronger by the end of the year, and you would actually have created a consistent habit, and you would really have moved the needle in your push-up game. Whereas if you just do it once because you know, over-promising yourself, then it's not gonna happen. It's not consistent and you can't sustain it. And that is something that I have truly learned, especially working for myself where I don't have a boss, which FYI, I love. But the downside of that is that you do need to be accountable for yourself. Essentially, you know, I'm the one driving how much work I do. So I need to be able to maintain it and I need to be able to sustain it for the long haul. So don't set yourself up for, you know, failure, set yourself up for success by really just focusing on what is most important and getting that done and being consistent. All right, so if there are any other videos in this topic or anything related to minimal or simple living that you would like me to talk about, make sure you leave those in the comments down below and I'll be sure to make those videos for you. Go ahead and subscribe. Check out all the free resources as well as my Organized Mom signature program. I would love to see you in there. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you like videos that are here to help you live your best life, break through those barriers that you might be limiting yourself with so that you can be the best mom person that you want to be. Can't wait to see you in my next video and I will see you soon. Bye.